The man accidentally found a cell phone among some flowers, and the woman on the call asked him to help deliver it while promising Jack $10,000 as payment, which immediately tempted him. When he reached the designated spot, the woman was nowhere to be found, and at that moment the phone rang again, with the woman telling him to place the phone inside an emergency call box. Jack didn't suspect anything and followed her instructions, placing it inside, where the $10,000 were also waiting, completely unaware that danger had already arrived. The next morning, someone suddenly knocked on his door, and just as he was about to open it, the police appeared and forcefully arrested him before he could even ask what was going on. At the police station, he learned that the woman who had lost the phone the previous night had been found dead, and the fingerprints collected at the scene were his. But no matter how he explained, the police refused to believe him. Only his girlfriend Annie believed that Jack wasn't a killer, because he worked 3 jobs a day and didn't have the time to commit a crime. So Annie hired a lawyer for Jack, thinking that with a perfect alibi he would be released. But right after the trial began, an unexpected turn occurred. The first piece of evidence showed that Jack had delivered a package to the victim, and surveillance footage showed him staying inside the house for 7 minutes, though in reality he had only moved a flower pot for the homeowner, an explanation that didn't sound convincing at all. The second piece of evidence came from surveillance footage on the road, which captured Jack hurrying past while dragging a suitcase. The suitcase actually belonged to an elderly man, but the old man happened to be in a blind spot of the camera and wasn't recorded. Jack still tried to defend himself, but the third piece of evidence made him realize it was all a setup. The police had found Jack's bodily fluid inside the victim's body. Even worse, his bracelet was also left at the scene, and every piece of evidence pointed directly to Jack as the murderer, leaving him unable to believe that he had become a killer in just a single day. Jack was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life imprisonment. Looking at his girlfriend, he finally understood that everything had been a carefully designed trap. Jack was then sent to prison, where he was stripped and sprayed with cold water, then given a blue prison uniform, and finally photographed for his intake record. He thought he had no chance left, but the next day a defense attorney approached him, seemingly concerned, urging Jack to think harder about whether he had forgotten any evidence. Jack never imagined that this would eventually lead to his younger brother being killed.